Hey guys, welcome to Scot-Free Sports Props. And it's your boy, Scot-Free. We're here for another day for some more dollars. We're going to get through this one really quickly because I actually got to get out of here. I'm traveling pretty soon. So just to beat that, I kind of expedited this whole process, went through everything extensively from my wins. So we're going to run through the wins, and if you guys want extra props, you guys can always follow us and go ahead and subscribe to www.scotfreeprops.com. There you'll be able to find our daily picks, our monthly subscriptions, and anything that you guys are looking for. So we're going to just speed straight through this one. Our first game on the mound, we got Framber Valdez and Matt Manning for Detroit Tigers and the Houston Astros. Now, this one is an interesting game. I love Framber. He's been interesting this season, but for the past 2 weeks, Detroit's OPS has been crazy, especially against left-hand pitchers. I'm going to go ahead and just sink on Detroit for this one, guys. And I really like Kerry Carpenter or Miguel Cabrera for RBI. And you can take that as far as you like if you're looking for a home run play. Next, we have the Washington Nationals versus the Miami Marlins. We got Johan Adon and Braxton Garrett on the mound, a righty versus lefty again. In this particular game, I really like Washington Nationals. They've been playing a really great game. I like the way that they've been playing. I personally also, as a prop play, really like Jazz Chisholm for a home run. You can check this out right here. If you guys want to see this, sorry, this is not what I wanted to show you. Really not a lot of action going on against Braxton. But as you can see, Jazz Chisholm, he's pretty much, besides Fortes, the only person who's hit a home run. 5 at-bats with 1 home run with a 1 OPS. So I'm pretty sure the bases were loaded or he had a couple people in for those RBIs. Personally, not too 100% when it comes to strikeouts and batting average. You could actually probably slide away by taking Miami Marlins as well in this game. Personally, let me see. Of course, yeah, Miami Marlins are on the run line. Yeah, I would either take Washington on the run line or honestly, you can look at Braxton Garrett as well to take the dub. I retract my statement. All right, next we have the New York Yankees with Garrett Cole on the mound versus Zach Eflin and the Tampa Bay Rays. I actually have the Yankees going for this win. I did really well yesterday on upsets. I feel like today's going to be the same day, the same turnout. Maybe a little different because some of the pitchers are a little better. Personally, I like Garrett Cole on this mound against Zach Eflin. I mean, he's been playing pretty decent since he's came back into rotation. I personally like the way New York has been playing recently. They've been really hitting the ball out of the yard. I mean, everybody, you guys saw the game yesterday. They have a problem closing, but with the pitcher on the mound today, I think that he can get them through at least about 5 to 6 strong innings. Don't kill us, Garrett Cole, for taking you guys, but I'm also going to take Jose Siri for a home run if you guys are looking for a prop. Now, moving on, we have the Colorado Rockies versus the Baltimore Orioles with Cole Irvin and Kyle Freeland on the mound, lefty versus lefty. I like Baltimore. Baltimore has been killing it. I mean, as far as pitchers, Cole Irvin is definitely the better pitcher. I'm going to take Baltimore, but I also like Blackman for 2 bases if you guys are playing my props or looking for some extra ones. Moving along, we're going to take between St. Louis Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies. We got Miles Morales and we got Christian Sanchez on the mound. One moment. Christopher. That's all I wanted to make sure. I knew I had his name wrong. I wanted to make sure. Christopher Sanchez. All right, I'm actually going to just take Phillies in this, honestly. And I got Castellanos for a home run or RBI. I really like that play. I mean, check him out. 15 at bat, 2 home runs with a .933 OPS. I really like him and Bryce Harper. You guys can take that how you like. Strikeout performance is not looking too great. He's giving up 3 home runs for both righties and lefties. Not a lot of information or a lot of damage on Christopher's end. I honestly like Philly for the win, and I like to see Nick Castellanos put one out for us. Next, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the Pittsburgh Pirates with Mitch Keller on the mound versus Kyle Hendricks. And that's two righties. In this particular game, like Pittsburgh, they've been playing really well. I love Chicago. The Cubs, they're a great moneymaker. But I'm just going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates on this one with Keller on the mound. Personally, I think he's a little better than Kyle. Kyle is a vet, but he also is inconsistent to me. When you look at performances, I mean, he's been getting pretty batted up pretty well with Brian Reynolds and Ke'Bryan Hayes. Brian Reynolds, 24 at bat, 1 home run with a .74 OPS, pretty decent. Ke'Bryan Hayes, 15 at bat, 2 home runs with a 1.267 OPS. Not a lot of strikeouts looking for Kyle. I mean, he's expected to have a weak performance. I mean, Pittsburgh, they've been pretty much playing their hearts out right now. Let's go ahead and drop down on Pittsburgh. I feel like Chicago has a lot more to play for, and I feel like Pittsburgh might just go ahead and make them work for it. Next, on the mound, we have Tanner Bybee with the Cleveland Guardians versus Toronto Blue Jays with Chris Bass on the mound. In this particular game, I'm going to take Cleveland. I'm sure their run line, I'll double check and make sure that's still the same. Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and take Cleveland on the run line. I know it sounds silly, but I've been liking the way that they've been playing. I lost faith in Cleveland completely with Jose Ramirez, to be specific. But with Jimenez, Steven Kwan, Oscar Gonzalez back in the lineup, and I really like Cole Calhoun and what he's done for Cleveland, I think it might be a sleeper cell going against Toronto. Like I said, they do not strike out often. If you know Cleveland, you know that. I mean, Cole Calhoun, he's looking at 12 at-bats with a .967 OPS. I wouldn't be surprised if he sends one to the yard today, but I'm going to take Cleveland on the run line if you're looking for my play. Next, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers with Lance Lynn on the mound. I'm not recording on our external mic once again. Sorry, guys, but the sound, I will work on that. We have Lance Lynn on the mound with Cutter Crawford for Boston Red Sox. I personally think this game is going to get delayed. They got a 70% chance of rain, but if they do play, it'll be great to take a couple for out of the yard. They have 13-mile-per-hour wind going out of the field, and that rain is going to actually help catch some momentum. So if they do play for that first lineup, I really like Devers for a home run. He's still searching for his 30th. I think today they're going to get it, and why not do it against Dodgers at home for the win? I also like Boston. Not really a super fan of Lance Lynn, and Cutter Crawford, not too bad. 3.66 ERA. When you look at Lance Lynn, he is not as well as he can be against left-hand batters. I personally like this team or this lineup because, as you know, Boston has a couple strong left-hand hitters: Alex Verdugo, Devers, Yoshida, Casas. I mean, you know what I mean? They have what it takes to be able to get this dub against the Dodgers, and we've seen how they played against Cleveland. So I'm going to go ahead and take my chances and go ahead and take Boston on the money line against the Dodgers. Next, we have the Oakland Athletics versus Chicago White Sox. We got Sean Newcomb on the mound with Dylan Cease. I think he's only going to play a little bit as we can check and see. I believe the pitchers for Oakland, as it reads, yes. So they're going to have Neal in, Zach Neal. Yeah, they're going to get him in there as a bulk pitcher. Yeah, interesting. With that being said, and when we look at Sean, I think Sean's pretty decent. How long he's going to play, I don't know, but they definitely have him looking to give away 4 earned runs, but with 5 strikeouts. So his information is pretty interesting. 104 lefties, 183 righties, and he has a .279 batting average against lefties with a .274 batting average against righties. Yasmani, Trace, and Benattini has been the only people that saw them. Yasmani with no hits out of 4 plate appearances. Yeah, I'm really liking this interesting game, to be honest. I mean, we look and see that Oakland has already done damage against Dillon. I know Dillon is really good on the mound. They got him projected for over 7 strikeouts. Oakland is not really a super strikeout heavy team. I personally am playing the contrarian best today again, as it worked out for me yesterday. I'm going to also take Oakland on the win for today, and if you like to, obviously take them on the run line. Next, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm seeing a home run coming from that game. Dillon's going to throw a fastball. It might get caught. Yordan Alvarez possibly be the one to send it out. Don't quote me on that. That's not a pick. I'm just thinking out loud. Next, we have the Los Angeles Angels. Tyler Anderson, not my favorite left-hand pitcher, versus Kodai Senga. With the Mets, right-hand pitcher, he has found a place in my heart. In the beginning of the season, before he had to take a break, he was not great when it came to his control. He has mastered that in his time away. I really like New York on this game against Tyler. Brandon Nimmo for a homer. I mean, he's already got one against this guy, 12 at-bats. Left versus left, top of the order. It looks pretty good to me. New York Mets for the win. I like to see Nimmo get a home run for us. Next, we have the San Diego Padres versus the Milwaukee Brewers, with Yu Darvish on the mound for the Padres, and Brandon Woodruff on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers. Interesting. I like this lineup. Personally, I'm just going to play it through the same way I've been playing everything else, and I'm going to take the Brewers. They've got some pretty good action. I mean, Christian Yelich, we know he's going to get a hit. Kodai looking to get a little under 6 strikeouts. Brandon looking to get a little over 6 strikeouts. Pretty evenly matched, though. I actually like Brandon Woodruff's ERA with a 2.89, just a little bit under 8. And you have Yu Darvish with a 4.35 ERA. I'm just going to straight up take the Brewers for the dub in that game. Next, we have Texas Rangers versus the Minnesota Twins. I'm taking Sonny Gray. I'm taking him with Minnesota. They've been playing really well right now, trying to stay above 500. I'm going to take Sonny for the dub. I mean, look at his information against Dane. Not too much info, but they got some hits. Carlos Correa. Looks to me like Texas has a problem sometimes going against Sonny. I'm just straight up going to take the contrarian bet. I'm going to take Minnesota against Texas. I took Texas yesterday. They had it to the end. Really mad about that. So I'm just going to have to ride with Minnesota. I like this pitching lineup a lot better. Next, we have Cincinnati Reds with Hunter Green on the mound versus the Arizona Diamondbacks with Brandon on the mound for them. I'm just going to straight up take Cincinnati. The Reds straight up, they've been trying to stay hot. They had a really good game yesterday. Hunter Green's on the mound. He's showing up. I personally am just going to take the Reds. TJ, Matt McClain, both with a home run. I really am sad because Matt McClain cost me about $4,700 yesterday. All we needed was him to hit one ball. I'm going to probably post that for you guys so you can see how my bad beats look, so you guys can get interested in buying my actual lottos, because my lottos hit. I don't like to call them lottos, but that's what they are. I just call them heavy analysis. I like to predict the way that I think the games are going to go, and I like to put them all on a ticket. And we were one hit away from $4,500, $1,400, plus I had a couple other tickets yesterday as well with Matt McClain on it. I really thought he was going to get one. I'm going to take him for a homer today just because I deserve it and he owes me. Not heavily. This is all placed on just personal. If you want to, you can take it. The stats also show that as well. I'm going to run it. I'm going to take the Reds for the win. Next, we have Brady Singer with the Kansas City Royals versus Bryce Miller against Seattle. I'm just going to go ahead and take Bryce Miller and the Mariners for the dub. That's a no-brainer. Moving along to our last game on the slate, we have Atlanta Braves with Spencer Strider and Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants. I like this matchup. I think they're both going to do some great strikeouts when we look at what we have on the line for that game. It's at 7.5 for a reason. If you could take it for some alternates, I totally would take this game at least under 9. I think 8 is really close because any of these teams could kind of take a 4-run kind of ending. So that's 8 right there. I honestly like Atlanta. Spencer Strider. I mean, how many strikeouts do they have him projected? I was about to say probably 10. They got him at 8.5. The only person that actually really gets hits off this guy is Estrada, which is one of my favorite. He's pretty much locked everybody down except for Flores. I mean, he's 50% with only 5 at bats though, so that's not much. And then we also have Logan Webb. He's a great pitcher as well. They only have him projected at 5 strikeouts. I like Logan Webb, but I mean, as you can see, he gets shelled against Atlanta. We're going to go ahead and take Atlanta for this dub, and I really like Austin Riley for a home run, so that's one of my free props for you guys here. That's it for you guys. I got to get out of here. Got to catch a flight. I will work on this editing while I'm there, and I will have this to you guys immediately. Appreciate you guys. Again, don't forget to check out our website, www.scotfreeprops.com. Appreciate you, and you guys have a blessed weekend.